everybody, welcome to another edition of Transfermarkt TV International. We have almost finished April with basically no football around, and we nonetheless hope that you're still healthy and well, and that we can kind of have a good time for you for the next couple of 15 minutes with the latest stories and rumors in international football. We start with the rumor mill that sees Newcastle United backed by a £300 million takeover from a Saudi Arabian consortium headlining the category, as Newcastle wants to massively upgrade the team with some top names. The biggest one, by his market value of €56 million, is Napoli's centre-back Kalidou Koulibaly. The 28-year-old Senegalese international, according to British newspaper Express, could receive a price tag at €80 million from Napoli's boss Aurelio De Laurentiis if he wants to leave this summer from his contract that runs into 2023. Italian portal Foot Mercato additionally reports first talk between the Magpies and Koulibaly's management, with Manchester United being a tough competitor for a summer deal. Another high-caliber player for Newcastle supposedly is Edinson Cavani. The 33-year-old Uruguayan legend has scored 200 goals in 301 competitive games for Paris Saint-Germain during his 7-year tenure in the French capital. As his contract runs out, the Magpies are willing to offer him an extremely tempting offer to pull off a stunning transfer ahead of competition like Atletico Madrid or South American heavyweights like Boca Juniors, Flamengo or Palmeiras. And also a candidate for future entertainment at St. James Park, if we believe the Express, is Nabil Fekir, the 26-year-old French World Cup champion, currently impressing with La Liga side Betis Sevilla, 7 goals and 6 assists in 22 matches in the Spanish top tier, might raise the price for the former Olympic Lyon ace to around €50 million. Other names for the Premier League number 13 in the table, apart from Koulibaly, Cavani and Fekir, are Napoli's hero Dries Mertens, who will be available as a free transfer in summer, and also mentioned by portal Football Italia, Massimiliano Allegri as a possible successor for Steve Bruce, who is currently guiding the Magpies. It will be quite interesting to see if Saudi Arabian money can transform Newcastle United into a future contender, probably following in the footsteps of the likes of Manchester City or Paris Saint-Germain. There are more interesting rumors in the world of football, this time not concerning Newcastle United, but Premier League leaders Liverpool. British media outlet Metro has a story that Reds manager Jurgen Klopp has phoned Kylian Mbappe's father Wilfried, who is also his agent, to learn about the options of bringing the most valuable player in the world to Anfield Road this summer. The Ligue 1 top scorer of this season was closely linked to Real Madrid and fellow French manager Zinedine Zidane, who is a big fan. But with a possible departure of Liverpool's Sadio Mane in sight, Jurgen Klopp might find a good way to spend incoming transfer money for Mbappé. The 21-year-old versatile striker has 2 more years remaining in his current deal with Paris Saint-Germain, but has shown signs that he is considering a next step in his career. Just as Mbappé in 2021, his fellow French national team player Paul Pogba remains a strong target for Real Madrid transfer for the upcoming season. French paper L'Équipe sees the 27-year-old together with Stade Rennes youngster midfield sensation Eduardo Camavinga on top of Zinedine Zidane's wish list for the upcoming season. With Pogba's running contract into 2021, Manchester United's chances of generating a high transfer fee for the departure-tempted midfielder might disappear after this summer. But Real might have strong competition in signing Pogba, as British Daily Mail reports. His former club Juventus Turin is interested in signing and desperate to re-sign the 27-year-old French World Cup winner by offering part of their player personnel in addition to a high transfer fee. Italian paper Tuttosport say that former Arsenal man Aaron Ramsey is to be one of the Juventus stars, while Miralem Pjanic, who United have previously tried to sign, is said to be another. A French swap could be carried out with playmaker Adrien Rabiot making his way to Manchester, as the former PSG defensive midfielder failed to hold down a regular starting spot with the Italian champions. Maybe United, though, have already found a successor for Pogba in Leicester's offensive midfielder James Maddison. The 23-year-old, who won his first cap for England last November, as The Sun has it, has impressed with 6 goals and 3 assists in 28 Premier League matches and might be heading to Old Trafford this summer. The Foxes, though, also seem prepared for his departure, as they are strongly linked to signing RB Salzburg's Hungarian international Dominik Szoboszlai. At just 19 years of age, the creative midfielder is regarded as one of the bright young stars in European football. Leicester supposedly joins the race for Szoboszlai with Juventus, Inter Milan, Arsenal and Chelsea, who have already started asking Szoboszlai. Talking about Chelsea, Brazilian right winger Willian will leave Stamford after 7 years this summer, as the Blues refuse to agree on a 4-year contract extension wanted by the 31-year-old. According to ESPN sources, Willian, though, will most likely stay in London rather than signing with also interested Barcelona. The reason for Arsenal now being frontrunners for landing the 69-time Seleção international is simple. His whole family doesn't want to move, as he stated on ESPN. If you ask my wife if she wants to leave London, she'll say no. My daughters feel the same way. Of course, Brazil is Brazil, right? It's our home, our culture. We always feel good when we go there on holidays and see family and friends. But London is my second home. London is where I want to stay. This is where I have my family, my church. I want my daughters to grow up here. So it's probably Arsenal for Willian. Elsewhere in the Premier League, West Ham United and Leicester City are planning a move for impressive Glasgow Rangers striker Alfredo Morelos. Due to possible upcoming financial problems following the corona crisis, British paper Sun report a Morelos transfer could be a valiant money raiser for the Scottish Giants. The 23-year-old Colombian central striker has impressively scored 29 goals, 16 of them in the Europa League and its qualifying stages in 46 competitive games. From Barcelona to London, a possible journey for Ivan Rakitic. According to Spanish paper Mundo Deportivo, Tottenham Hotspur are interested in signing the 32-year-old in the summer transfer window. The 2018 World Cup runner-up lost his starting job at Camp Nou and could reportedly leave the Spanish club at the end of the season ahead of his expiring contract in 2021. In his 9th year with the Blaugrana, Rakitic only had 40% of playing time in all competitions for his long-time club. Together with Rakitic, Marc-André ter Stegen was vital in winning Barcelona's last Champions League title in 2015. The German world-class goalkeeper is contract-bound with the Catalans until 2022 and would like to extend his contract. Barca, however, has frozen negotiations with the 27-year-old. As Spanish paper Sport reports, Barcelona considers the matter not a priority due to the club's economic situation affected by the coronavirus, although it remains strategic. Ter Stegen recently was told to having had arguments with Lionel Messi about the pecking order in the team, opening up speculations for a possible move for ter Stegen, who is currently the second most valuable goalkeeper in the world. And yes, there is another new rumor concerning Paris Saint-Germain. Sporting director Leonardo, if we believe Italian paper Tuttosport, is willing to pay up to 50 million euros in transfer fees for AC Milan French left-back Theo Hernandez. The 22-year-old, after coming in last summer on a 20 million euro deal from Real Madrid, has been impressive with the Rossoneri this season. A position-wise unusual high 5 goals total in 22 Serie A matches speak highly of his qualities. PSG is keen on securing the deal, since current left-back Layvin Kurzawa will most likely leave the French capital in summer. Many rumors that started our show today. Always intriguing, always interesting. So let's stick with that topic a little bit longer as we look onto possible signings and done transfer moves in our category Top Task. Today's observation, La Liga's 2 major giants, Barcelona and Real Madrid. As we already heard from Ivan Rakitic's possible departure and stalling talks with Marc-André ter Stegen, Barcelona might be in for a busy transfer summer. Let's see, 12 Barca players that could be leaving Camp Nou to open up player sales and salary space. At number 1, Philippe Coutinho, up left. Loaned to Bayern Munich. They will not exercise their buying option, the Bavarian Giants. The 27-year-old earns 20 million euros per year and came in January 2018 on a 145 million transfer fee. Barcelona is said to be willing to sell him for 80 million, a loss of 65 million euros. Number 2, Ousmane Dembélé. Same loss, 65 million euros. The 22-year-old came into 2027 into Barcelona as Neymar's successor from Borussia Dortmund. Many injuries later, the French World Cup champion can leave for 60 million euros. Dembélé and Coutinho, the two most expensive signings in Barcelona's history, could mark a heavy minus of 130 million euros in the club's transfer balance. A little different are matters with veterans Ivan Rakitic and Arturo Vidal, whose contracts run only into 2021. The 32-year-old Croatian Rakitic, apart from Tottenham, was linked to his former club Sevilla and Atletico Madrid. At the same age, Chilean Arturo Vidal could be a possible player add-on in a transfer bid for Inter Milano's Lautaro Martinez, Barca's top priority signing in summer. Just as a loan player, Carles Alenia, who is also in our list, who at the moment plays in central midfield for Betis Sevilla and who also doesn't have a bright future with Barcelona at Camp Nou. Next in line, number 5 from the left top, Samuel Umtiti, that French 26-year-old centre-back who won the World Cup in 2018 but has been hardly impressive with Barca since. According to Paper Mundo Deportivo, he doesn't want to leave, so he might be a costly asset until his contract ends in 2023. Portuguese right-back Nelson Semedo, who has been solid but not more, and 23-year-old left-back Junior Firpo, who hardly impressed at all, are two candidates for who Barcelona is open for possible transfer offers. February emergency transfer Martin Braithwaite, who came in for 18 million euros from Leganes, has an uncertain future with the Blaugrana as well as other loan players apart from Carles Alenia like Schalke's Jean-Claire Todibo and Moussa Wagu of Nizza. Both have buyout options in their loan contract that most certainly will not be exercised by both the German or the French side as they are too high. And to complete the 12-player deletion lists, Paper Marca reports that backup goalie Neto, number 2 in the bottom line from the left, is going to be replaced by Barca's second-team goalkeeper Iñaki Peña, who is one of some promising youth players that the Spanish champions will try to integrate more often in the future to open up salary space. 12 players possibly leaving Camp Nou, and there are only 4 signings so far for Barca for the next season. Another big talent from Portugal is Trincao, who led his national under-19 team to the European title in 2018 by becoming the tournament's top goal scorer. 31 million euro is the transfer fee for Sporting Braga's striker. 7 million will be the price for Brazilian central midfield talent Mateus Fernandes. The 21-year-old comes in from Brazilian side Palmeiras. 17-year-old left wing Pedri is the third talent that will try to make the team in 2021. The UD Las Palmas grown player costs 5 million euros in transfer fees, and not really a new signing is right-back Emerson, as the 21-year-old Brazilian already belongs to Barca, but due to strong performances as a loan player for Betis Sevilla, Emerson might return 1 year earlier than planned, thus reducing the 6 million euro loan fee. For prospects so far for Barcelona, especially 31 million euro as a transfer fee for Trincao may sound risky. Let's see how his and the other youngsters' careers with the Blaugrana turn out at the end. Real Madrid, on the other hand, doesn't have any signings so far for the next season. No fixed transfer, but as we often hear in our rumor mill, they have some big names like Pogba, Camavinga or even Kylian Mbappé in sight. Some possible signings, but first see some very probable departures of 6 players that we will most likely not see next season at Bernabeu. We start with James Rodríguez, the 28-year-old offensive midfielder in the left top corner, who had brilliant performances for his native Colombia during the 2014 World Cup quarter-final run, but he failed to excel just enough to convince Real or previously Bayern Munich during his 2-year loan stint. Other than Gareth Bale, James might be off Real's payroll pretty soon. Rumors see David Beckham might using his old connections with Spanish giants and President Florentino Pérez to sign James at his new MLS club, Inter Miami. A sweet perspective, as he could be one of the best paid players in Major League Soccer history. Number 2. From the left, Gareth Bale, the Welsh right winger, has 2 more years left in his extremely well negotiated contract. 30 million euros in yearly wages are the biggest problem for Real to find interested teams for the 32-year-old. Bale has been a deletion candidate for the Spanish media for quite a while. At the right side, 24-year-old right-back Alvaro Odriozola hasn't played quality minutes for neither Real or his current team Bayern Munich as a loan player. The former Spanish international will most certainly leave ahead of next season. Same goes for 3 upcoming promising talents. 28-year-old winger Lucas Vázquez, Puerto Rican striker Mariano Diaz, and Real homegrown Nacho Fernandez, who has never since 2001 played for a different team than Los Blancos, which might be a reason why officials still consider negotiations with the 30-year-old whose contract runs another 2 years. We move on to the last section of our Transfermarkt TV International edition of today, the stats of the day, as we found the top 5 players from the European top 5 leagues who had the most clear-cut chances to scoring a goal. At number 5, Jamie Vardy, the 33-year-old Leicester City striker. 29 chances for him led to Premier League leading 19 goals. At 4, German national team striker Timo Werner of RB Leipzig showed even more efficiency, scoring Bundesliga's second best 21 goals from 29 big opportunities. At 3, Ligue 1 top goal-getter Kylian Mbappé at 180 million euros, the most valuable player in the world. The PSG striker had 31 clear opportunities to score. The same amount, 31, it is for Lazio Rome, Serie A leader. 27 goals for Ciro Immobile, the 30-year-old Italian international. Impressive, and by far the most clear-cut opportunities in Europe's top 5 leagues. At 43, accompany Bayern Munich's Robert Lewandowski. Almost needless to say that the 31-year-old Polish scoring threat leads the German Bundesliga with his 25 goals. An interesting fact, though, from this first stat of the day, the whole Manchester City attacking trio, Jesus, Aguero and Sterling, made it into our top 20. The 3 of them had 72 clear-cut chances, but only scored 37 goals, meaning almost half the time Man City's opponents got away without conceding a goal. Even wider is the margin of trial and error in our second category in stats of the day, as we now count down the top 5 players from the top 5 European leagues who fired the most shots on opponents' goals this season. At 5, Wolverhampton's Raúl Jiménez starts our list. The 28-year-old needed 99 shots on goal for his 13 Premier League goals. Hello again, Ciro Immobile at 4. The Lazio striker at a market value of 40 million euros had 101 shots on goal and the highest conversion rate at our top 5 at almost 27%. Lower than 20% of his shots went in for most valuable superstar in this category. Lionel Messi is La Liga's number 1 with 105 tries. And number 2, Robert Lewandowski, our leader in the category for most clear-cut opportunities with 108 shots on goal, ranks 2nd. And our number 1 by far, Cristiano Ronaldo with 130 shots on goal. The 35-year-old Portuguese keeps firing from all angles for Juventus. 21 goals from 130 shots mean a rather moderate efficiency rate at 16.15%. But nonetheless, another category that CR7 is leading. Thank you very much for joining us once again at Transfermarkt TV International. We hope that you stay healthy until next week, and please do follow all your government's recommendations to avoid contact with other persons so we all can help to fight the coronavirus pandemic. That's it for now. Thanks for joining. Have a good one.